It's week 3 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Roquan Smith. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Jets and the Commanders, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets
and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here.
It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Wentz and Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago.
12 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The Jets are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and they'll set up the 3rd down.
They're 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Holding offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
On play action, Wentz. Rolling to his, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
And he fires one incomplete.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Hall.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At the 40. Wentz now to throw.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. On 2nd and 9, Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin, and it's knocked away and incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And taken right at the 35. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out now come the Jets. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second down and 4.
Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Here's Braden Mann now.
On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break.
On 1st down, Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A give running right, Gibson.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for Washington, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Ball want to give up the middle.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And look at this, another fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
I'm not sure that the surprise was that they actually faked it. That's classic territory to go ahead and do it. The surprise to me is that they were successful. I'm not sure the defense was really prepared.
And now they're going to keep the drive alive here. Really big play on the fake punt. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now Wilson.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Ball again on 2nd down.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. Now Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the 2nd half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the 2nd half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Once more, Gibson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want him to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from the get.
Touchdown, Washington!
Terry McLaurin,
his second touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Well, in that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return following a punt of 41. And that will come the offense as they take over.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Throwing on first is Wentz. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Wentz going to throw.
Complete, it's Dodson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They'll run with Gibson.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback. It's a nice bonus if he keeps completing passes. So they want to keep throwing the football? Fine by me.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. To throw again on second down. Wentz. This one left side caught by Gibson. Washington on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Wentz. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7. Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Hall. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43.
Wilson will throw again. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
From the 36, Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste.
He's at the 30, 10.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a lot.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 76 yards.
And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Gibson again.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
So here's Wilson and the Jets.
Down 20-10, 1:13 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Wilson.
Gets this to Moore.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Washington,
it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try again next week at